Good morning. How are you? It is beautiful here. I know I only have a few days when I can get away with just wearing a shirt out walking, but today is one of them, I'm glad to say. Uh, well, the health of the nation is recovering, if you will. I think that Biden got out there and he showed his initiatives and he's speaking to the coronavirus and he's modeling himself as a president should upon what he expects to do when he is sworn in on January the 20th. I think that he did the smartest thing possible by coming out like gangbusters and making public appearances to let us know what a Biden presidency would be like. By contrast, we have the evil collection, and we have some Republicans that understand the transition of office after election is what we're supposed to do, what America's about, what the world sees. But instead, the world sees some scrambling by Trump. We have Moscow Mitch saying, yeah, why can't the president go out and test the waters when they have no evidence, none, of any improprieties? A specious claim by which they hope really to accomplish a coup. And luckily there are 10 or 15 steps to that effort, each of which can defeat the whole thing. And in that same vein, we have their law firm, Jones Day. They, according to the newspapers, have members of the firm that are uncomfortable filing pleadings with specious arguments about irregularities in the election. Now, just to define it that way should tell a lawyer of ordinary capability that he should direct his client to find worthy cases or another lawyer. But they can't do that. Funding, power, connection, prestige. Another example of the death embrace that these guys make to Trump because of power and money and what they expect is influence. So when you file paper in court, in federal court, and in state courts, there's an equivalent called Rule 11. The pleadings have to be true, and if not, there are sanctions. But if it's part of an extended criminal agreement to upend an election that was justly done, it becomes a criminal conspiracy. And if it involved the war, you'd call it traitorous. But instead, it's just right at the core of the system, of our judicial system, of our election system. I sort of realized how square I am from my parents, the Dominican nuns, the Jesuits, my experience as a prosecutor, clerkship, all those things, because I really believe that the rules, the demeanor, the Constitution, all are important standards by which we measure good and bad conduct. And that when we stray from that, and the coercive forces of our system don't push people back who do it, we create a very unstable government with a man who is no genius and who is unstable and reminds me more of a mobster than anybody I've ever seen in public life. Comey and I agree on this. I once had a case in New York with a mobster prosecuting this guy Madonna, and F. Lee Bailey's law firm was representing him, and Gerald Alch, a great lawyer, was representing him. And we came out of court one day on one of the levels in the courthouse, beautiful but quiet, and at one end of this vast space was Madonna. The other near me was Gerald Alch on a break, and what had gone on in court was disadvantageous to Madonna. And he shouted, "Hey!" and he crooked his finger to bring over Gerald Alch, this accomplished lawyer, like some minion. And that's how they are. Trump is that way with, his lawyers for sure, Jones Day, with Secretary of State, the Attorney General, whomever. And if they don't do the right thing, he comes down on them. At least he doesn't have hitmen, as far as we know. That was a joke, we hope. So today, sort of resonating with this misconduct is an argument before the Supreme Court on the Affordable Care Act, which, if decided wrongly, which means to end it or compromise it so that it's not functioning, is to put 33 million people or so without insurance at the time when we have a pandemic that's killing people. I won't listen to it until this evening because I got writing to do and I don't want to get distracted by the fury I'll have when I hear just the questions, because they don't decide it today. They'll decide it down the road. We're ahead on points. We're headed toward an inauguration. It's obviously going to be a somewhat tiring process, like everything that's been on top of us since the day Trump announced on his golden escalator with his clackers in the audience that what brand of people he hated, and announced he was running for president. So it's a special day is coming when we throw this boob out of office. So I hope you're okay. Hope you get out and get some sun, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.